Here we go!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 13 of the College Gamer Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Tudor, and with me this week we have 4 guests. This week we have my brother Nick Tudor. How you doing, Nick?
Eh.
You may need to speak up. You might not be close enough to the mic.
Eh.
That might be a little bit too loud. And then, right next to him, we got Chris Harkins. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well, Alex. How are you doing, man?
Well, I'm doing dang well, man. I tell you what, I'm feeling pretty good this week. Kind of cold.
Explain.
Kind of cold. Well, you know.
Very cold.
Right next to Chris, we have Will Powell. How you doing, Will?
I'm doing pretty good, yeah.
You're doing pretty good, pretty good. Just enjoying the snow out there. It's pretty cold.
Haven't had school for a week.
Yeah, that's great. And then right next to Will, as always, we have Logan Sowers. How you doing, Logan?
I am doing very Logan-like.
Very Logan-like.
Yeah.
What you been doing? What you been up to?
School.
School.
This is the college gamer.
Yeah, I feel that, man.
You know, math and French and history and
Yeah.
computers. You know, all that jazz.
All that jazz, yeah. A lot of...
Some classical as well.
Oh, yeah.
Classical
Awesome.
jazz.
A lot of,
Ragtime.
gaming? You guys been doing any gaming?
I have been. Again, I've been... Sorry. Nick raised his hand first, and
It was a joke.
I interrupted him.
It was a joke.
Oh, okay. Well, again, war game Airland Battles, what I've been playing. Some Age of Empires 2 HD.
Yeah, I saw you on the PlayStation 4 the other day, and weren't really playing anything.
I was watching. I let our friend Will here. Let our friend Will here watch The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark
that's what
Wahlberg
you
for the
mean.
first time, and Talladega Nights, the Battle of Ricky Bobby.
Cool.
What did you think about those movies?
They're very good movies, yeah.
Yeah. Gator wants his gat, you podcast bitch. I mean, it is a wonderful movie.
Okay.
Never saw it before.
Yeah, you have. You've seen The Other Guys. We watched it.
The other guys?
Yeah, The Other Guys. With Mark Wahlberg and, yeah.
It also
And
has
who?
Michael
And,
Keaton and Will Ferrell.
Michael
Ferrell.
Keaton.
Michael Keaton's in it?
He's the police chief.
Really?
That's not Michael Keaton.
Yes, it is. Look it up.
That is not
It
Michael
is Michael Keaton. And Will, what do you have on your mind today?
I've been playing Battlefront 2 with my brother, just
That
kicking
is,
all sorts of butt, taking over the galaxy all over the place.
that is a great game.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
it
right.
is.
I used to spend hours on weekends just playing that. It's
And,
great.
Beautiful
if
game.
I'm not mistaken, you just took over the galaxy playing as the CIS, right?
Yes, and then I did it again as the Imperial Forces.
Yes.
What game is this?
Battlefront 2.
Ah, Battlefront 2. Nice.
Why did I just take over like the position of host for a second?
I was looking up your Michael Keaton theory there, and you're right. I was thinking of 21 Jump Street for some reason.
21 Jump
Police.
Street, like the new one.
Yeah, I was thinking the police chief in that.
We
but-
watched that together, right?
Yeah,
And
that was a funny movie.
21 Jump
It was
Street.
good.
Yeah, I remember seeing
it has Jonah Hill
Yeah.
and Channing Tatum. No.
Yeah, Channing Tatum. Yeah.
Channing Tatum.
What about you, Chris? Any gaming?
Doing my same old. Booting up some Ghosts and Black Ops 2. Still trying to explore Ghosts for the most part. Getting into the extinction mode. Sometimes I'm doing awesome, other times I get my butt whooped and I rage a little bit like a squeaker, but that's okay.
Do you have the season pass?
I
for
do not.
this? Are you gonna get that or?
I've thought about maybe just buying the next pack, Onslaught. I'm actually not sure if it's out yet, but the maps look really good.
Yeah, I
and
heard that soon.
the new extinction, I don't know if it has a different mode, but it looks pretty cool. So might give it a try.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer for the new extinction mode, and it looks a lot like Resistance, in my opinion.
It does.
So, whatever.
I have been just playing games randomly, and I've just set a few pre-orders down.
Oh yeah,
Just the other day.
you put a pre-order down for Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, that game looks pretty.
I
cool.
have hopes for it, but I hope it's good, because the past ones have not been good at all.
Right.
What was the last Dragon Ball Z game?
I can answer that. The last one, I think, was either Raging Blast 2 or Ultimate Tenkaichi.
And that was for PS3, Xbox 360.
Just both, not PC.
I think it was Raging Blast too.
It may have been Ultimate Dikensei. I'm not sure.
Cool.
It may have been Kinect. I don't know.
Anything else you guys been doing? I mean,
Well, no, not really.
Not
I have
really?
a question for Chris though. Have you played all the way through the campaign on Ghost?
I actually have not touched the campaign. I
Really?
need to. I was actually thinking about starting it this morning and didn't wind up doing it. But
Funny how that
it might
happens.
be something that I will have details for next week, on next week's podcast, even though we're all... I mean, to have information on that kind of thing on Ghost is, like, really late. But, you know.
you never know.
We take things at our own pace here.
I still
Yeah,
haven't
gamer.
beaten the Battlefield 4 campaign.
I gave
I
up on
have.
it.
Yeah,
You beat it?
Yeah, I beat it like a long time ago.
What happened to... No,
Don't tell me.
I can't ask that on a podcast.
Yeah,
Okay,
spoiler
I'll
alert.
give you this hint. It ends in 3 ways.
So it has 3 different endings.
3 different endings.
Cool.
You can get achievements or trophies from both.
Have you platinumed it?
No.
A lot of people have.
Have you gotten the gold?
I don't think I've gotten the gold yet. I gotten like 3 silver.
Actually,
Alex is a major fan of PlayStation trophies, and I'm sure he'll talk all about that if you ask him.
Actually, that's what I was going to say to Chris. If you haven't even started the campaign yet, that's like some easy trophies right
Yeah,
there, man.
it is.
That's like easy trophies.
I've actually been going through trophies too. I've been getting a lot in a short time. I went up 1.5 levels in my trophy count in the past few weeks.
Yeah.
How many? Do you have any platinums?
I have 5 platinums.
You, Alex?
I have 8?
Mhm.
7? 8?
8.
8. I have 8. Wait. I have the PlayStation app that can tell me
Brought to you
On
by
his-
Sony.
on my
It's
iPhone
brand new Apple iPhone. Come on down.
how many trophies I actually have. Logan, I mean, God, man, it seems to me like you would love trophies, and you haven't even really embraced the trophy. thing,
I was
man.
very disheartened when it came to trophies because they corrupted my save file
The trophies
on
didn't.
Battlefield.
The trophies didn't corrupt the save.
Well, you know, I lost a lot of motivation after that because I felt like I was doing well on Battlefield, and after it deleted my game, I just couldn't go back to it.
Right.
You know,
I have.
used to,
Sorry.
you know, I used to feel like that all the time. I was like, trophies are no good. They don't prove anything. And then I just started getting them, and I'm like, I have to get these. 5 weeks later, I got 5 platinums.
I have
Oh
7.
my gosh!
Yeah, I have 7 platinums.
Now, what have you? Are they all on PlayStation 4?
No, they're all on PlayStation 3. I'm working on one for the PS4 now.
Would
I'm
you
not
have-
going to say what it is.
Okay.
Kind of jinxed the thing there. I have 7 platinums. My most proud platinum would have to be Batman Arkham Asylum. Because I spent hours.
The original.
The original. The first Batman Arkham Asylum.
Which grade were you in when you got that?
Oh, it was freshman year of high school.
I think it was
2009.
sophomore.
2009.
Freshman?
Maybe it was
You were
sophomore.
in
Yeah,
Ontario.
it was
So
August or September of 2009.
Yeah. And Chris, you're reading Game Informer over there. What are you reading?
Oh, I'm just looking at the pictures.
What about you, Chris? I mean,
Pretty
Chris,
picture.
do you really like trophies at all? Do you feel like a satisfaction from earning trophies?
I do. It's kind of nice to see it pop up. I definitely
Yeah.
pay more attention to PlayStation trophies than I do Xbox achievements.
Right.
And I have actually tried to go through I tried to get platinum on Jack and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, the reboot for PlayStation 3, but it glitched out on me and I couldn't collect all the orbs, so that was a big disappointment.
Yeah, that
But,
sucks.
so obviously it is something I do
Yeah.
kind of go after at time or
Yeah.
time.
Are you on Steam? On
Yeah.
PC? You try to get achievements on there?
I haven't really focused on those much at all.
Yeah, I
they're a
don't-
lot
I don't-
easier to get than
They're,
trophies and
they're easier to
achievements.
get, and I don't really focus on them because they're so easy.
Yeah.
The challenge in them is what you want.
I don't even know which achievements I have on Steam. I know that I've gotten them. I just don't pay any attention to them at all.
Yeah, that's how I am.
I just got random achievements, like, they just appear, and I'm
I
like,
mean-
oh, okay.
I rebought Skyrim.
Again, how many times?
A lot. I don't remember how many times. I haven't paid more than $10. But
Well, that's good. That's good.
yeah, but I've replayed through it on the PC, and I earned a lot of the achievements on the PC, and I'm like, this really isn't satisfactory because
It's
I'd
just
much
not doing it
rather
for you.
I'd much rather earn them on the PlayStation Network where I could show my friends, like, look how far I got into, how many hours I put into this game.
Plus,
Look
there's-
how hard I tried to get
Although
this achievement.
you are playing Skyrim, so it's kind of cliche now.
Right.
plus trophies are shiny.
That's true.
They're shiny and they make a noise when it pops up.
Do they really?
Yeah, like the clang.
Ooh.
Seriously, I
Remember?
don't think anything in gaming is as satisfying as seeing the platinum trophy.
Well, okay.
Oh.
Nick just really motivated me because I like shiny things that make cool noises. Because
Yeah,
who
it's
doesn't?
Like
Yeah.
it's like a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, and you just hear a clang, like a glint, and like it's just there, and I feel good about this.
Well, I will say this.
Platinum's the
This
best.
was with the Wii. We play. My crowning achievement in all of gaming is when I platinumed Race a Cow, and I will never forget that. Because we've all played Race a Cow, I'm assuming.
Right.
Never. heard of it.
So
You've never played Race a Cow?
Never.
Do you have a Wii?
I did. He sold it.
Did
My
he ask?
brother
Did
sold
he
it.
ask before he sold it?
yeah,
Well, not exactly ask. You said, "I'm going to sell your Wii," and
whatever.
then you sold
And
it.
he grabbed his cards and said, "No, I was bored with it. I'll never let it go."
And then he punched me and he ran away.
So, but just think about it. If you were that proud of earning Racing Cow, right?
Race a Cow is not just in a game. It's
But
a game
think about
where
that.
you're riding a cow and the scarecrows.
Think about that, but Battlefield 4. To show how awesome of a Battlefield 4 player you are.
I'm no Nick Tudor, let's put it that way.
Excuse me?
Alright, well, let's get to the news here. There's been a lot of news in just the past few recent days. This is Thursday night that we're recording this, but there have been a lot of awesome news,
And we're all
crazy
excited
news,
here at the
sad
college.
news, whatever news.
We're all very excited here at the College Gamer Studio in Kentucky.
Let's talk about the first bit of news here.
Or Alaska?
We could be in Alaska, we're not telling you. We're somewhere. Just know that.
Look.
Know that.
Alright, we're going to move on to the first piece of news here. Star Wars 1313, the trademark, was officially abandoned by
Aw.
Disney.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, the game that was supposed to be like an RPG Star Wars game taking place about the origins or upbringing of Boba Fett as a bounty hunter into the darkest depths of Coruscant, which is level 1313. The game has been officially abandoned. We've only seen one game. It wasn't even really gameplay trailer. It was pre-alpha footage. It was abandoned. Unfortunately, it's not coming out.
Any reasons for that?
Um,
Not profitable, or have they just...
It's just it was being developed by LucasArts, and LucasArts closed down. And it was just probably passed off, and nobody wanted to take it. Because they got people working on Battlefront, they got EA working on a Star Wars Battlefront, obviously, and probably other RPGs.
They're also making the movies.
Yeah, they're making, well, that's not game developers. Game
No, but
developers.
I mean, maybe it doesn't flow well with them releasing a new movie like...
They already have games coming out when the movies come out. That's what it is. Yeah.
That would be the day when CG is replaced with game graphics.
You never know, man. I mean,
There's not really a big difference.
I've seen movies with CG as bad as game
You mean
graphics at their worst.
CGI?
I call it CG. It's the same thing.
Well, yeah, but most people... Okay.
I was pretty pumped by this game. It was such a cool looking.
Boba Fett is by far my favorite Star Wars
Cool
character.
sounding
Next
game.
to Admiral Akbar, of course.
Have you
Just
ever-
remember,
It's a trap.
it's a trap.
It's a trap.
It was I think it was E3 gameplay trailer.
Somebody, I
Like
saw
2-3
on,
years ago.
on Facebook, somebody posted a picture of Admiral Akbar with a monocle and a mustache. And it said, it's an elaborate ruse.
What's that a reference to?
Star Wars.
No.
But
No,
it's
no,
but
yeah,
it's
it's not
it's like a
It's an elaborate ruse. He's making... It's a trap. That's what
Yeah,
he says in
yeah,
the
yeah,
movie.
yeah, but
It's an
what's-
elaborate ruse. They're just complicating it.
The
He had
gentleman.
a mustache and a...
the gentleman thing.
and a
I get it
monocle.
now.
Yeah.
I get it. I thought it was like some other franchise.
It's truly a shame that they dropped that, because a lot of the Star Wars games that come out are all, like, most of them are very, very well done, and they have... I mean, Star Wars is a huge universe that's not really explored in the movies just because of that one set kind of, this is how it's going to go.
Except
There's
the Old
lots
Republic.
of other stuff.
Nobody liked that.
I
a
do.
lot of people like
It's a
it.
joke.
I mean,
Was it?
KOTOR is huge.
It was.
Knights of the Old
For this-
Republic.
yeah.
I've never played
Yeah.
either of them, so I wouldn't know.
I played the first one. It was decent. Didn't care for
Also,
it.
the Coruscant basically, Coruscant is a planet. It was a very nice planet, and it just kind of got built up over top, and until they just kept building layers until you get to the very
Right.
top where the Jedi Temple is and all that. But the lower levels, a lot of stories that have been done down in the lower levels are very, very cool, because you have different like oceans and stuff.
Chris
On
is
the
flaring
bottom
his
there.
nostrils.
In agreement.
So it's
So,
a
yeah,
shame,
yeah.
and a lot of people love Boba Fett, and I
Mhm.
don't think that he's going to be in the new movies because he's kind of dead.
Well, he was eaten.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly
dead.
dead.
What?
You see the Sarlacc where he fell into digests over 1,000 years.
Yeah,
and
this is
he's
true.
Technically still alive, so he could pull himself out somehow.
You know, that would be a stretch. That would be
That is a huge stretch. I'm still thinking he's dead, but it's out there. Yes, Logan.
When do these movies like pick up? Where do they pick up?
Nobody knows.
Nick has an idea.
Yeah.
Kind of like after
They,
4, 5, and 6.
yeah, they
How many
pick
years
up
after?
Who knows?
quite a while.
Well, it's
Um,
been like
at least quite a while. Yeah,
It's been
it had
like-
to be like
40 years, but
maybe longer.
I mean, theoretically,
Right.
they're going to pick up in real time.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's about as long after as it has been in real
so
life.
35, 40 years.
Because theoretically, you're going to have all of the characters there, but they're just older.
All right, well, let's move on. That's pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next bit of news is there's been a lot of speculation about the frame rate for the new Tomb Raider Definitive Edition that's coming out for PS4 and Xbox One.
2 frames per minute.
The Definitive Edition of Tomb Raider includes updated graphics resolutions, everything for the next-gen hardware to make them run better, look better. They even added a new engine to make Laura's hair look real. I don't know. There was speculation that the PS4 would run the game at 60 frames per second, but they hadn't heard anything about the Xbox One version. Square Enix issued a statement that they are looking to deliver the core Tomb Raider gameplay at native 1080p resolution and running the game at 30 frames per second, as always, as their primary goal, given the type of experience Tomb Raider is and the exploration we want players to do. And they say anything beyond 30 frames per second for this version is gravy. So, like you have potatoes, everything like that, but then the gravy's just the extra nice stuff.
Oh,
That's-
I
that's
thought
just-
it like
that's just a
the
weird-
graphics
that's
turned to
just a
gravy.
weird-
Right. So essentially what they're
That's a weird
saying is
saying.
it runs at 30 frames per second, dedicated 30 frames per second, but if PS4 runs a little bit better, then that's
Cool.
just how it is. They are not coming out and saying that.
You mentioned her hair,
Yeah.
and that's fantastic.
Yeah,
There's one thing me and Chris are really worried about, is that does she have realistic breasts? What about, it's all about the boobs, and I think
I don't know.
I think all of us out there really care about this. This is a pressing matter they should definitely address. Chris.
It is absolutely, really a known subject, though. The more they enhance the graphics, they purposely try to make the characters sexier and more visually appearing.
Well,
Yeah,
they
we
do,
expect,
yeah.
Vic, we expect leaps and bounds when it comes to
Especially,
mounds, you
well,
know?
especially for Laura Croft.
Yeah,
Laura
this-
Croft
she
has
is,
always been known as that.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, Logan, apparently you didn't play this reboot of the Tomb Raider
I did not
series,
play.
where they're going for a more realistic Lara Croft, where no, she's not as buxom a lady as she was.
A-cups?
I don't know.
Are they perky A cups? We can deal with that as long as they're realistic, huh?
I don't know.
One thing to say about that, they're negative.
They're negative. Negative. I have
Triple
negative
A
A's,
cups?
but I'm a dude.
Have any of y'all played this game? Chris, have you given Tomb Raider a shot?
I actually have not.
Have you seen any gameplay, anything of it?
Nope.
We just care
I've-
about boobs. That's all we care about.
I've played some of the really older ones, and
Right.
I played
having the realistic hair is always something that everyone has trouble with all over the place, because you can't have the hair just be one block. It's got to have it's the hair is all like lots and lots of different strands of hair that are impossibly thin.
Right.
And so if you can get it to behave nicely, it actually increases the game, how good the game looks, which is
Hairspray
weird,
helps.
but
Making
know.
hair behave nicely.
I did play the first 30 minutes to an hour of Tomb Raider, and I thought it was an okay game. I wasn't hugely into it. It felt like more... I don't know. It didn't have a good feel for me. That was just my game, not my kind of game. So I don't know. I might give this one a shot if the price goes down below $60. But besides that, I'm probably going to pass on.
I played the Tomb Raider for the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It was it was bad. I'm just going to go ahead and say that.
It was a great game. It was.
Compared to something that came out, say, on the Nintendo 64, which is a far superior system, and everybody in the room agrees to that. Just let me make my blanket statements here.
That's beside the point. All right, let's move on in the news here. We'll save that for last. I don't know why I put that right there. All right, let's talk about Elder Scrolls Online.
ESO.
What do y'all think about Elder Scrolls Online, Chris?
It looks great. I definitely like just the movement, the way that things are carried out in the game. I watched some gameplay this morning, and it looked.
Of Elder Scrolls Online?
I'm pretty sure it was some commentary stuff.
Was it the beta?
I guess maybe.
It can't be the beta. If it was the beta, it wouldn't be on there.
I swear I saw something like it was.
It was probably commentary gameplay from the developers. Probably. Yeah, that makes sense.
What
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But
obviously
anyway,
they can do that, yeah.
But anyway, it's looking to be like something that they put a lot of thought into. Like it would be the next Warcraft, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm really concerned with is about the price. I've heard about a very, very steep pay-to-play type thing.
Has that been confirmed or denied or?
Oh yeah, it has a monthly subscription
even
fee.
For PlayStation
$15. We don't know what that is yet. We just know for PC right now it's $15 a month for PC.
Has it been released for PC?
No, it comes out in April.
April 4th. You want to look that up? I swear I saw some gameplay.
No, I know what you're talking about because I've seen the same thing.
Last week we discussed we watched the trailer for The Witcher 3.
Yeah. What about it?
How does you've played the beta, right?
Yeah, I can't talk about it.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. But in general, do you think they?
I can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Can't talk about it?
Nope.
You can't talk about it.
No, I can't talk about it.
Physically, you can.
I can, but I can't.
Okay.
Not right.
That's all I wanted you
not
to
in
say.
this format. No, I cannot talk about it.
Physically can talk about it.
Yeah, obviously I can speak. I'm speaking to you right
That's
now.
good. I just wanted to make sure that the developers weren't keeping you from speaking. Because that would really upset me.
They control my tongue.
They're out the window.
They've got. I had a dream.
Anyway.
No. I had a dream that me and you were hanging out in here, and there were people knocking on your window at night. It was really creepy.
That's pretty creepy. But speaking of the subscription fee, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Now, what do you think a game like this would be rated? Really?
As in it's that's what
for
you're
a
asking.
massively multiplayer game like World of Warcraft, which is rated T.
Yeah.
Warcraft is rated T. A game that relies on millions of people playing it.
Well, I mean, what rating was Skyrim? Was
M. But that wasn't reliant on millions of people playing it at once, together with
I
each
feel
other.
like they'd have no problem rating it M. People are going to buy it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you are absolutely right because the SRB rated Elder Scrolls Online as an M-rated game.
What you didn't know was that earlier in the day, Chris specifically looked up the ratings because he thought you
I
were
most
going to ask
certainly
him.
did not.
I mean, it was a big piece of news. Elder Scrolls Online was rated M. They were striving for a rated T rating so they can get a lot of teenagers
They want the
who are
kiddies money.
under 17.
I don't think that would stop them.
It won't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
They're gonna. It's like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
They're gonna get their parents to buy it for them.
Under 17 played Grand Theft Auto 5.
No kidding.
How dare they? Nick, put your hand down. Don't self-incriminate.
Wouldn't freaking let me.
What?
You son of a
wouldn't
beast.
let me
Wouldn't let you what?
You monster.
play GTA.
Oh, I wouldn't let you play GTA.
I've already watched it.
That's fine.
It was his private property.
Nick, here's how I feel. Okay, and this is just coming from my own point of view. After me, I played
all of the other
Straight
ones.
from the heart.
straight from the heart. Hold on, straight from the heart. As I played GTA, right through all the torture scenes and just some of the stuff that you can do in that game, I couldn't let you play it as my brother. I just couldn't.
It's just, this is the situation. It's either you're going to cover up to his mind or society's going to do it anyway. So it's like, you know.
It might as well come from somebody who cares.
Yeah, there you go.
I played
can't.
all the other ones.
Hey, if you went out and played it, I don't mind one bit.
Question,
I can't
how
willingly.
can I do that?
I don't know. Do it. Find some other way. I can't be the enabler.
Dude, man, can't.
Can't be at the end of it.
I mean, frankly stated, they're not going to have any problem getting people to play it.
Absolutely not.
The one thing that might keep people from playing it is a high price.
Well, yeah.
Yep, that's what's going to be the nail in the grave.
Yeah.
Actually, it
Nail
is
the
the
coffin.
M-rated game and the $15 a month because some parent, think about this, some
Yeah.
parent buys the game for their kid. It's rated M anyway. Then they find out they have to pay $15 a month for their kid to play it. Nope, not going to happen.
I wouldn't
Not
pay
gonna
I wouldn't spend $15 a month to let my kids play
Unless
it.
you want them to do chores and homework.
That's what, I mean, I'm not too good at math here, but that's like, what, $200 a year?
They'll probably offer some yearly offer, like if you wanted to play it for a year, like a discounted price.
You'd
But
probably make
still,
like 60 bucks
still,
a year.
it's probably
That's outrageous.
That was
Yeah.
close.
It's 180 per year.
so. It's probably going to be like what 150 a year if you want to buy the year in advance.
Yeah.
But this
yeah.
though, if you already, if we have, this has not been confirmed yet, but if you still have to pay the $15 subscription fee for like PlayStation or Xbox, if you're spending $50 or $60 a year to play online in the first place, plus 180, or even if they like made it like $60 for a year, that's still $120. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I just get this feeling that people
On
are...
top of your online subscription from like Windstream or Netgear or something.
Right.
I get this feeling that people are going to play it anyway. People complain all sorts of stuff before the game comes out, but once they do...
I will say this: there hasn't been one successful subscription-based game since World of Warcraft, and that released in 2004.
I believe it.
And there hasn't. Every single one since then has failed. Right? Guild Wars 2 has the best model, I think. It's buy to play. You pay $60 for the game up front, but you don't have to pay a monthly fee, and everything's access.
How much does the Elder Scrolls Online cost to buy up front?
We don't know yet. Probably 60.
60, yeah, it's outrageous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an online game. They're going to have to keep the servers up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that would make sense. But
It's how.
I would make it a reduced price for the first the copy of the game. I would
Well,
think.
when you get the copy of the game, they're probably gonna give you 30 days to play for free. So you're gonna get a month free. But still,
it's only online. It's Elder Scrolls Online.
if you don't have a game there,
Yeah.
because I can't talk about the game, but if you don't have a game there that's good enough, you know, in that first 30 days to hook people, they're not gonna come back.
Yeah.
Star Wars: The Old Republic did this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars: The Old Republic, when it first came out, it had a $15 subscription fee. Nowadays, it's free to play, completely.
It's just some things you have to
Some things
pay
you have to
for.
pay for. Like if you want to level faster, you have to pay for it. But
I'm gonna buy things.
yeah, but the problem was people were reaching the end game content within like a month or two. They had no reason to keep coming back and paying for it.
Yeah.
I don't think this will have that issue because I think it's a lot of content, but you know, still.
he thinks. He wouldn't know or anything, but he thinks.
But also, speaking of Elder Scrolls Online, the voice cast was announced. And they got some pretty high-profile people on there. They got John Cleese.
Oh, wow.
John Cleese is in it. Bill Nye, I can't say his name.
Bill Nye?
Nye, yeah. Kate Beckinsale, Alfred Molina. Alfred Molina,
What?
Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2.
Kevin Conroy, he plays that.
He's in it.
Really?
Yeah. Michael Gambon, he played Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Malcolm McDowell's in it.
Really?
Linda Carter.
Oh, Brits.
She played Wonder Woman. But they're all in it. They're playing specific people in the Elder Scrolls Online. So that's kind of cool.
That's cool, yeah.
What do you think of these high-profile actors getting into video games?
I love John Cleese, and he has an amazing voice.
It shows that they have high hopes for it.
Maybe they should have
I
gotten
agree.
Kevin Conroy to play like the main character or whatever. Kevin Conroy playing Batman in the Elder Scrolls.
Going off what Nick said, when you have high-profile people on the game, it shows that the game creators care. And when the game creators care, that's when you have a good game.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah.
And with voice casting, you need like high-profile people. You need good
Yeah,
actors.
yeah.
Is what you need. If you've ever watched people record in the studio, they're not just talking. Like they've got like their hands are moving.
Yeah,
like,
they're fully active.
like fully active.
Yeah, that's what I really liked about Beyond Two Souls. When I played Beyond Two Souls, the voice acting in that game, because it was Willem Dafoe and Ellen Page playing their actors like with the full motion capture suits and everything.
Willem Dafoe.
They made that game. It wasn't a very good game, and if they weren't in it, it would have been a lot worse than it turned out to be. But that acting is what really makes a good game. What were you going to say, Will?
I mean, that's so true. Like, Benedict Cumberbatch in The Hobbit, he did everything that Smaug did
Right.
as just, like, an actor.
Right.
So, like, rolling around in the gold coins or whatever, he did that.
Have you seen the Voss from Far Cry 3 give the speech about insanity to the tennis ball in a dark
Yeah,
room? It's
yeah.
It's so great.
Like, I mean, those actors, those voice actors really get into their character, and it's awesome.
I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
He gave that speech to a tennis ball. It's really funny.
That was pretty funny. But then you have Daxter in the Jack series. I mean, just the shining example of what voice acting can be for a video.
Right.
Yeah.
Another one is, I would say, obviously Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and Kevin
he was
Conroy as
in,
Batman.
Wait, who is Joker?
Mark
Kevin
Hamill.
Conroy.
Really?
Mark Hamill's the
Mark
Joker.
Hamill.
Yeah.
Never knew.
Also, in The Last of Us, Troy Baker playing Joel in The Last of Us.
Who is Troy Baker?
He's a huge video game. He does video games only.
Oh, okay.
But he's like in everything nowadays. Troy Baker, and he plays Joel. And there's another guy that I can't remember his name of. But Troy Baker is one of the big ones. He was in The Last of Us and BioShock Infinite, both as the main characters. And his voice acting, and he gets in and puts on the motion capture suit and records his own motions and everything, that's really acting. I mean, that is as real as an actor as you can get, except you're just in a video game. Awesome.
Which says good things about where the video game industry is going.
Exactly. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's move on with the news here. I'm going to give you guys a choice. Do you want to hear the good news? Cool, exciting news? Or the bad, unfortunate, sad, confusing news?
Bad news first.
Let's go into
I
the
think
bad news.
I think
Bad
it's better
news,
that
bad
way.
news, bad news. Bad news
We'll end on a
is
happy note. Okay, well, right now we're going to the
Raise our
next.
spirits with the good news last.
Nintendo has,
Kicked the bucket.
no. Nintendo...
No, they did kick a bucket. Did you not watch the video?
Are you raising your hand, sir? Nintendo cuts their Wii U sales forecast from 9 million units to 2.8 million. That is a huge
Downgrade.
drop.
That's a huge down.
That is
Boom.
over 10%.
Boom. If I had a soundbite for an explosion.
I got it. Right here. Pause. Got it.
It's okay. No, if you heard that, ladies and gentlemen, that was an explosion. Across the world. They're expecting a loss of 25... they were forecasting a profit of 55 billion yen, but now they're expecting a net loss of 25 billion yen.
And our in-house mathematician, Chris Harkins...
That's a lot of... that's a lot of dough.
How many dollars did you
$12
say?
million, I think.
About...
Well, I kind of did our math wrong. You said it was about... They scaled it from what to what now?
They were expecting a 55 billion yen profit, but now they're expecting a 25 billion yen loss.
Okay. So, yeah, that was... And my math is definitely a little bit off there, but I said around maybe $10 to $12 million
Which
American.
is not a happy...
That's not... I mean, I wouldn't be happy about losing $10 to $12 million.
Right. It was projecting...
I don't even have $1 million to lose.
It was projecting to sell 9 million consoles, Wii U consoles, in a year. In 6 months, this past October, they revealed that they only sold 500,000, not 9 million. So, yeah, they're projecting that they're going to sell 2.8 million in the fiscal year, this upcoming. Not gonna happen.
No.
What we have here is basic competition. The Nintendo released the Wii U earlier than the PS4 and the Xbox One came out.
Right.
And then the PS4 and the Xbox One came out, and everybody was like, no, we're not getting a Wii U.
Next gen's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
And-
didn't say that with the Wii U.
Yeah. Which is a problem.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
And if Nintendo were to make a next-gen console, then maybe they could get back on their feet, but they're definitely gonna have a hard
Right.
time.
I want to carry off on that point, but Nick, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. There are rumors that Nintendo is just going to cut out the Wii U and start developing a brand new console and release it within the next year or two.
That's exactly what they need to do.
How feasible is that?
I would say that's rather feasible. I mean, they're definitely going to have to make some games for the Wii U because there are copies out there and people are just going to get angry if
500,000
there.
And-
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I'm sure they've made more that they still want to sell, which
No.
probably will sell eventually.
There's going to be a price drop.
Yeah.
Well,
And, I mean, there's a lot of good games that Nintendo has promised for people on the Wii U, including the new Super Smash Bros. Game, which everybody is waiting for.
But see, the thing is,
They're going to have to make a next-gen
that
console.
new Super Smash Bros., I don't know how many people actually want it anymore. Because the hype's kind of dead for it. They announced it 3 or 4 years ago.
and Alex has already bought the Skylanders, so he's getting his action figure fighting fix.
What were you going to say, Logan, though?
I was going to say, when I said feasible, like, how possible could it be for them to actually start from scratch? Well, I guess they're not starting from scratch, but to start and build now it's a current gen system.
They want to make something that developers want to make games for.
Well, that's a really
EA
important...
EA
step
has
there.
already come out and said that they don't want to develop any more games for the Wii U or any Nintendo console. That's bad.
It's
Well-
very bad.
I mean,
But-
EA's huge.
I didn't even know that EA was saying, let's make games for the Wii U.
Right.
It's
Well,
just kind
people have been questioning, why aren't you releasing games for the Wii U? I mean, that's another major console and everything. Why aren't you doing that? And they're just like, we don't want to work with Nintendo. The console sucks. Well, this isn't what they say verbatim, but
they basically
they
say
basically say it's not good. It's not as good. We don't want to work with Nintendo to make these consoles.
because basically they're making these games for next-gen systems.
Well,
they have to take a step
the
back.
developer support from Nintendo is terrible. Nobody wants to make games for them. That's why Sony is getting all these partnerships.
Well, keep going. Can I have
No, go ahead. Yeah, what?
I was going to say, again, everyone, most people think that the Wii U is just the Wii, 2, and everyone agrees that the Wii ship has sailed.
Right.
So, and I really like the Wii U Pro Controller. So I think if they design, you know what I'm talking about, right? Not the tablet, the actual controller. If they designed a system, they should focus on having an actual controller, like the Wii U Pro Controller.
Essentially, you're correct in that most people view the Wii U as just the second Wii.
The worst Wii.
Basically, the actual console itself looks pretty much the same. The only thing that's new is the Pro Controller and then the tablet thing.
They got cocky with it, I think. I think they thought that the Wii did so good that they could release it a year before anybody released the next-gen consoles. Right? And they would do way better than everybody else. Like the 360, the Xbox 360 philosophy. Because the Xbox 360 released a whole year before the PS3. And look how that turned out. Everybody owns a 360. Well, the majority of people own a 360. Right? And PS3 didn't even catch up until about a year and a half
2010.
ago.
Yeah, late in its life.
Yeah. So, but Nintendo was wrong.
Yeah.
Chris, what's one game, if it was released for only the Wii U, would make you get a Wii
Plants
U?
vs. Zombies.
Are you talking about particularly a Nintendo title?
Well, it could be anything. Like if Call of Duty was only going to be on the Wii U this year.
I would buy a Wii U.
Okay.
If that was the case, but that would never be
But
the
what's
case.
one game that would definitely make you go out? Would it be Call of Duty? Or would you just be like, Call of Duty's kind of gotten worse, I'll pass
Well,
on
I mean,
it?
it has, but maybe. Well, for me, since I'm really into the Kingdom Hearts series, maybe if the new Kingdom Hearts was coming out on only the Wii,
Yeah,
I'd grab
I
it.
could agree with that. I didn't really think
I have
about
a
I
that.
could
better
actually
question.
see that.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
actually could see that.
I have a better question. Well,
What? Same question. I'm gonna go around, but same
Oh.
question to you. Yeah.
Let's see. There are any number of games that I would totally. I mean, if the new Super Smash Bros. Was only going to come out for the Wii U,
Which it is. Well, it's also coming out for the 3DS. Okay.
but
Nintendo only consoles.
uh,
Systems.
yeah.
And the hackers.
I don't know.
What about you?
I was gonna say, I think a better way to pose the pose the question is
Yeah.
that how you would say.
Yeah.
Don't make it out of necessity, but what would make you want to buy it?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying.
When you say Call of Duty, I was like, of course they're gonna buy a Wii U because it's the only system to get Call of Duty.
Okay, but what game would make you want to buy it?
Yeah, specifically in a happy kind of way.
Like
not
Chris says, Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
If it was only on
I
Wii
agree
U.
with Nick. That kind of makes sense to me in my head. That would be a Nintendo title for some reason. I don't know.
It just
So-
seems like it.
So you would say Kingdom Hearts as well?
Mhm.
I
Wii
say
as well, I said.
If they came out with a new Diddy Kong Racing, I would for like they have for the N64. If they had one of those for the Wii U, I'd buy it.
I say
what racing?
Diddy Kong.
A what?
Diddy Kong.
I'm sorry, what? I don't understand.
Okay,
what you're saying.
know who Donkey Kong is?
anyway.
Yeah.
Diddy Kong's like his little cousin dude.
Yeah, Donkey
Is
yeah.
that his name?
Yes,
Kong.
Diddy Kong, yeah.
That's
Yes.
where P. Diddy got his inspiration.
Get out of here, late '90s child.
I follow Donkey Kong. Does that make me a horrible person?
Yes.
I follow Mario. If anything from Nintendo.
That's the one thing that's there. Nintendo.
A new Donkey Kong would make me
Nintendo
wanna
has
buy
the
it.
Nintendo game.
Yeah, there is a new Donkey Kong coming
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Like
Donkey Kong Country Returns or something.
if they
That
came out
better.
like
No, that already came out, but there's a new one,
Yeah.
like Returns 2.0 or I don't know.
4.
The Nintendo games will always come out for the Nintendo console
Mm.
and nowhere else, and so pretty much that's where you're going to get
Right.
their sales.
But what
For
I'm-
people who want Nintendo games.
Right. My game would be it's already a Nintendo thing, but
Captain
there is
Falcon.
no Wii U version of it. If Pokemon, a console version of Pokemon, came out for the Wii U that you could play on your TV and then put it on your 3DS and take it on the road, that's it. That's the one I want. I want HD graphics Pokemon.
Honestly,
That
would
would
be
be
tight.
interesting.
An RPG, full on, not in any of this battle arena, only
Battle
full
Arena
on.
bullcrap.
I want an
That's
RPG.
kind of what.
What do you think is the strongest thing that the Nintendo has going for them in terms of games? Like, already, the things that are real to make people buy
Right.
a Wii U.
Pokemon and Mario.
Oh, God.
Zelda.
And Zelda.
Which won't be around
I mean,
in now
exact-
19 years.
But it's a 3DS
It's
title.
exactly what-
The best Zelda game that's come out has been A Link Between Worlds.
That's the newest one.
That's the most recent one that has been the best one in recent
Well, every
Nintendo
time
history.
a new Zelda game comes out, they're actually
Pokemon.
Worlds
There's
is
a
3DS
very, very
game.
nice.
But the new Super Mario, Super Mario,
Was it Metroid?
Super Mario something,
You.
3D World. I think it's 3D
Is it
World.
Super Mario U?
I mean,
No,
for
no,
which
no,
console?
No, no. Wii U.
Super
It came
Mario
out. It's where he has like the cat suit. I think it's 3D World. I think it's Super
Oh,
Mario
it's
3D
Land,
World.
actually.
Yeah, it's
Cat
Super
Suit.
Mario
3D
3D Land.
3D Land.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
Land,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
World does not have those worlds.
Right. But yeah, that one.
It's a cat suit.
It's a cat suit
Yeah,
where you climb on the walls and everything. You're like a cat.
Yeah.
you literally can't.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's really
It's
fun.
sounds
weird.
You just
ridiculous.
lost a lot of
It's
respect.
actually
See, Chris
Yeah,
is
that was-
actually
that-
it's actually pretty
My
good.
expectations just went down.
Chris's face is totally just like, oh
Stoned?
Nintendo,
No, Nintendo.
oh
Nintendo don't.
Nintendo.
Exactly.
Did you ever hear about that old Sega commercial?
We need a soundboard so we can.
Yeah.
Essentially, here's what I'm seeing in Nintendo's future. They're basically going to go into hibernation until they can release a console that is up to date with the rest of the consoles, and they've got a lot of ground to cover. And with that, they're probably going to scrap the Wii entirely and start anew,
But
which
they
is
should.
basically what they've done ever since that, or forever. That's basically what they've done.
Last
Which-
one, and then we gotta move on.
In general, I'm not saying which is making Nintendo more money now, but if they had a successful console going right now, which one would make more money, mobile or a console? Like the 3DS or the console?
It's the
Obviously,
mobile. always.
consoles are making more money right now because
They're more expensive.
everybody
but-
wants a
More expensive.
console.
And the problem is everyone has a 3DS. Everyone has a DS.
Yeah,
What they
it's-
ought to do, in my opinion, was right now it would be economic suicide if they did it. But if they wanted to push their consoles, they'd have to stop developing for their mobile platforms
Right.
as much.
Well, they've already came out and said they're not developing only for mobile. They're going to have consoles. They're not abandoning consoles.
No, I'm
No,
saying
no.
for them, they need to put a freeze on mobile if they want to put a boost for their consoles.
No, maybe.
But that would kill them
All right.
too because they've always.
Let's
been
move on to our
in
last
the
news
system.
story, and this one involves a trailer.
An
Middle-
18-wheel trailer, exactly.
You made me mess up. Looking at you. Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor got a brand new gameplay trailer today. It was pre-alpha footage, so it's not even in beta footage. But hey, it shows how far the game's come along, and it looks really cool. So I'm going to post the link of the gameplay trailer right below this audio that you're listening to right now, ladies and gentlemen, so you can watch it and then hear our reactions when we're done. So I'm going to pause the audio right now to show off the trailer, and we'll be right back. All right, so what do you think of that?
Looks really good.
What do you think?
It was impressive. It looks like it's going to be
Pre-alpha, so it's
Yeah.
not completed. But-
I was impressed when I first saw like just the art for it. It looks like some of the art is going into being like real gameplay graphics, and it looks incredible.
Was this the one that was accused of stealing a mechanic from Assassin's
We're gonna
Creed?
get that. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Logan, what do you
Yeah,
think?
That's
It reminded me a lot of Assassin's Creed gameplay.
Yeah.
From what I've
Logan,
noticed.
Nick,
Yeah.
what do you think? You saw it earlier. But
I want to say something, but I don't know if it would be good. So, I'm not going to say it.
that is the first thing I noticed too.
yeah.
I noticed that when he was
Definitely.
walking
It
across that
looks
road.
like he was like the way he climbed and everything was like, is this Ezio in Middle Earth or something? It looks like an Assassin's Creed game.
It does look like an Assassin's Creed game,
Yeah.
but it's also
It's
a Lord of the
also
Rings game.
also the Wraith vision looks like the
Yeah.
Eagle vision
Yeah.
from Assassin's Creed, where all your targets are highlighted in blue,
yeah.
and you like find your target that way. I don't know.
It's-
It feels like, I mean, it's not bad. I mean that it's being accused that it's stealing some parts from that. It's also being accused of taking some things from Batman Arkham, like the combat style,
Oh,
the jumping from enemy to enemy, killing them all quickly. I mean, that's Batman Arkham Asylum.
It's definitely.
I mean, that's not a bad thing. A lot of games borrow different techniques from other games.
Was this the good news?
This is the good news.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not good enough to cover up the bad news of Nintendo.
Yeah, it's not that great.
I don't know,
Come
dude.
on, come
This
on,
game
you'd
looks
have to
pretty
come up-
awesome.
You'd have to come up with something.
This game looks
This
pretty
is
amazing.
Nintendo we're talking about.
And that was Lord of the
But,
Rings we're talking
but-
about here right now.
Yeah.
It should be for the Wii U. That would save them.
That would be just the greatest thing, wouldn't it? A great game for a stupid console.
It looks like it's going to be a game that will be extremely fun to have.
And play.
Very large replay value.
Right.
Because
Open world, all that. Yeah.
it's open world, and everything you do changes the world, which sounds.
The characters, the enemies that you fight, no matter how small they are, remember you.
Yeah,
And remember
which
you, yeah.
suggests to me that the boss battles are going to be a bit harder than
Yeah.
they would in any other game.
Well, we didn't get to finish the trailer, but the guy that you go after, the big guy,
Yeah.
he remembers you, and he's a lot tougher. You burned his face in
Yeah.
a previous battle,
Like-
so he remembers.
I
you.
remember from past Lord of the Rings games, the bosses were extremely hard, even on the easiest difficulty. I mean, it'd take you at least 30 minutes to get them down to half health. And I mean, it was just torture.
It reminds me of. This is weird. It reminds me of how we were playing Dungeons and Dragons last night.
Mm.
They should come out with a video game for that.
They have.
I know they have in the past, but they should come out with a brand new one, kind of like
They
this.
did this past summer.
Really?
It's called Neverwinter.
Not for PS4 though.
It's PC, but
I mean, they should have like a console game.
No, they should. It'd be a pretty tough game for the console.
Essentially, what you're saying, Logan, is they should make an RPG, which
That I don't have.
when you
I
put
don't
it this
want
that
to-
way
I don't-
sounds really dumb.
I
Because
don't
they
want
do.
to imagine what's going on. I want them to show me on the screen.
You need to break out and try different games.
Yeah, because if you actually enjoy playing the D&D game without the visual,
but I don't get the
an
visual.
RPG is essentially that. D&D is a role play game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this game here would be considered
don't
a
like Lord of the
role play game.
Rings.
It's an RPG.
You don't like any fantasy
No,
stuff.
it's
I don't
exactly.
like fantasy at all.
Yeah. So I don't think you.
Yeah, there's your problem.
See,
I'm
your
not sure.
own-
I'm not saying I would play Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
I think they would sell well if they made one. I'm saying
So
I would-
you only play shooters.
pretty much. It's
It's
what gets my
unfulfilling.
it's what gets my blood pumping.
Wait,
Yeah. Boo.
wait.
My legs.
Wait, does that make you a hardcore gamer?
No, it doesn't.
Oh my god.
Thank you for bringing up the
Gosh.
topic, Dick.
Oh.
I just had to say
I
it.
didn't want to go there. But okay.
I
Yeah.
think that this game will probably sell pretty well.
Oh, it will.
It looks absolutely incredible.
And you'll never hear about it from us again.
The very basis of the game is amazing. It's like basically Sauron comes in, kills everyone you know and love,
Yeah.
thinks you're dead, and you're left to exact revenge in any way you want to,
Right.
which makes it amazing. I always love the games where you can do whatever you want.
Whenever. Go after wherever. Yeah. Chris, your kind of game? Something to pick up? Maybe if it's on sale somewhere. I don't
It's
know.
a Lord of the Rings title, right?
Yeah.
Well, for
Well,
me-
yes and no. It's not a movie title. So,
well, it's
It's
in
a
the,
standalone
It's
thing.
in the era.
Yeah.
And it's like I've never really been a fan of that era for whatever reason.
Genre?
I played, yeah,
Yeah.
Here you go. And I've played the other Lord of the Rings games from the past. Wasn't too into them. And plus, it's just way too similar to Assassin's Creed.
yeah. But, I mean, is that a bad thing?
It's something that I've gotten enough of personally. On the gaming community as a whole, I
But
feel like
that's
it's
but that's the
positive.
thing. I like it because it's Assassin's Creed, but in the Lord of the Rings universe. It's not
Exactly.
Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed at all.
Yeah.
But it is. It has climbing mechanics and stealth mechanics and stuff like that. But it's like Assassin's Creed is becoming so not. It's becoming so not Assassin's Creed anymore. You know, like Black Flag is more of a pirate game than an Assassin's game.
Arr.
Thank you, Logan.
Thank you, Logan.
I had to do it.
Yeah.
So, somebody had to do it.
So
No
I
one
mean,
had to do it.
I don't know. Will.
It's different in that it has Assassin's Creed mechanics, but those are just realistic mechanics for something like
Right.
this.
Assassin's Creed would never do a fantasy kind of thing. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
It's like you're fighting humans
So
in Assassin's Creed.
as long as they're
where-
not doing something where you're going around killing, the Pope or something. I don't
Even
know.
though we established a couple episodes ago, I think it was, how awesome like a Van Helsing style Assassin's Creed
Yeah,
would be.
yeah.
I would
I
actually play
dwelled
one
on
of
that
those.
idea. I really wish that would happen.
I would play that.
I-
Kind of like Castlevania, but
That'd be tough.
I'm actually
Castlevania,
wondering if
yeah.
the Order 1886 will.
Try to make that kind of
Will
thing.
be kinda
I'm going.
like that.
I will get that game actually. That's one game I want. There's like 3
I'm
games.
well. It's a third person shooter, so
I mean, yeah, but it
yeah, I understand. Yeah,
it's not its animation, but it's graphic styling.
It's visual.
It's visuals from what we have seen so far intrigues me.
I agree.
One thing I do know about Lord of the Rings, and they haven't really shown anything here, is the world, Middle Earth, is massive.
Well, it only takes place in Mordor.
Okay, so it's going to have smaller, but still, a lot of Lord of the Rings is just them going places.
Right.
Which I think you're going to have issues with in this, especially if you have to
It takes
follow
place between
somebody.
The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
and there's
So-
Huh. Interesting.
there's like 50 something years between that. So
You've got a lot of ground to cover
yeah.
all around. Like
Well-
literal ground and temporal
Well, it's its own
ground.
standalone story. It's not even
Yeah.
really trying to focus on it.
It's just based in Middle Earth.
Would you play a Star Wars RPG like this?
Like this?
not obviously it's not going to be Lord of the Rings,
or just
but
a Star Wars RPG.
like one like that.
There are lots of Star Wars RPGs.
Well, yeah, but like one that's
Yeah.
kind of like Assassin's Creed in that sense, open world.
That's what 1313 was
That's
going.
what,
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
That's why that because and it's about Boba Fett. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
everybody loves Boba Fett.
And
now,
I mean,
now we need the Admiral Akbar game.
It's,
All
it's a whole game. Just says it's a trap.
The title will be "It's a Trap."
All right, let's wrap the
Star
show
Wars.
up.
It's a trap. Don't buy this game.
Let's wrap the show up. We're gonna go one way down the row.
Alex, go.
One prediction each person for the next week. Nick, prediction for the next week.
New Nintendo console. I don't really have anything else.
Ooh, well, you never know. Chris, prediction for the next coming week in
There
gaming.
will probably be a Sunday through a Saturday.
Well, yeah, that's probably
No,
true.
for gaming. Well, it seems like there's information coming out on Plants vs Zombies every week. I swear. I see new gameplay. It seems like every week.
So, what is your prediction?
Maybe they'll reveal more on the customization. Hopefully, is what I'm hoping for. They haven't really elaborated too much on it. I'd like to see it.
Cool. Will?
well, I'm expecting new information about Nintendo. I have heard that Nintendo is going to move into tablet gaming also. So
Really?
Yes.
That'll be interesting.
You've heard this?
Yeah.
I think they said they're not getting into that.
Yeah,
They're not. Well, they're not going to move any known franchises into that. So.
What they said they might do is instead they're going to take like mini games that could interact with
Oh, cool.
larger games
Yeah.
onto.
So you think they're going to talk
tablet.
more about that?
I think they might talk more about that. I'm definitely expecting more news about them. See what's
Cool.
going on.
Logan?
Again, continue with this Nintendo trend, I think they will announce that they are going to start developing another console. I mean, they don't have one to release.
Right. So they're going to be like, well, yeah, we actually are.
Or that they're moving in that direction.
Cool.
We'll get more news from Nintendo, that's for sure.
I think this Lord of the Rings game that we just saw the trailer of, I think it's going to be revealed that they did steal code from Assassin's Creed. And I predict that the game will be delayed to 2015 or 2016 if it will ever come out at all. So I think it might just be canceled.
It's very Assassin's Creed-esque.
Yeah. But that won't be its downfall because Assassin's Creed is taking inspiration
Well, it might be its legal
from a lot of it.
downfall.
No, not if they lease out the engine and the
Exactly.
coding
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Which would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. It could happen.
Another prediction.
Okay, quick one.
If they do come out with another Nintendo console, the launch title will be the remake of Super Mario World.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, cool.
Like
All right.
3D Super Mario World.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on episode 13 of the College Gamer Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Tudor. And as always, we got Nick Tudor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there. Chris Harkins.
Bye-bye.
Will Powell. I don't think I heard you there, Will.
I just kind of.
Well, you know. And Logan Sowers.
Hey there.
All right. We'll see you next week.